Alright guys, so I'm going to explain to you guys my journey from when I was a youth teenager until I got signed with a Premier League academy in Portugal. So it started off with me playing for PDA Hibernians, so it's an EDP PDA team. You know, I was just getting the hang of things, wasn't doing too well, but I got lucky and got in contact with RCD Español. So they had an academy opening in New Jersey. It was an EDP academy, so the level wasn't great of the players, but the coaching was amazing. Actually, my coach back then is the head director of RCD Español Academy in Barcelona. So that just shows you the level of coaching. But I really found my love in football there, because beforehand I didn't know how good I was. I wasn't getting much playing time, but he instantly saw potential in me, and he helped me a lot. He taught me so many things about football that no American coach even mentioned before. And honestly, it was just a breath of fresh air. Not only did I learn a lot about football, I learned a lot about myself, what I needed to work on, and what my level was. And even though there were a lot of things I needed to work on, I got a lot more confident in that, because I knew that somebody of such a high level saw potential in me. It just mentally gave me such a big boost. This stint lasted about 1 or 2 years. After that, I joined Cedar Stars, Monmouth. I didn't join the MLS Next team right away, but you know, I grinded out in their second team for a year or two, and I joined the MLS Next team, but I never had any success there at all. I barely played games, even friendlies I barely played. It was just a really tough time for me because I knew how good I was, but it was hurting my confidence, and not getting any playing time. It was tough because the coaches, what they needed an athletic player. I was athletic, but I wasn't big, because in America, they love big athletic guys, and they focus on the physical much more than the technical or the tactical. And I think that's a big mistake, and I think that's the main thing that's holding back the United States right now. But anyways, I had a lot of trouble there. I was working super hard. I was getting better. I was refining my skills at home, my side volley, everything. I was getting a lot better, but still didn't get any more playing time, didn't get nothing. My confidence was at an all-time low. I decided to take a big step and go to a combine agency. First time I went, nothing worked out. I went back a year later, and they really liked me. They saw some problems with me, but they invited me to a showcase in Sweden. It was a Goalkeeper Cup, so it's kind of like the Club World Cup of Europe for smaller teams, for youth teams. But first game I played for them, I did not play well at all. I made a lot of mistakes, but something in me, you know, it sparked some anger of how I came all this way to Sweden, and I was not about to play bad. You know, it was my time to shine. Yes, we paid money for this, so I'm not about to let this opportunity go to waste. I played my ass off, honestly. I played really, really well. I had a lot of good saves. I saved my team, and I think I honestly led them to the quarterfinals, round of 16, wherever. But still, I had a lot of problems, especially technically. Yes, I was gifted as a shot stopper. I had the determination, I had the effort, the will, but technically speaking, I was really bad, and I knew I needed to get into Europe somehow. Keep in mind, anywhere around me, especially a couple years ago, no one really knew how to get to Europe. I had a lot of issues. One time when I went to Spain to an academy, it was just a scam a few years prior, but no one knew how to get there. I didn't understand what the process was, how to find agents, how to make sure they're legitimate. Can I actually get in? I found this agency called Foot Draft Agency, primarily in Portugal, and they got me a trial in 2 teams, so Estrela Amadora, another Premier League academy, and Estrela Praia, team I ended up going to. So I trialed with them. They liked how I was, but they didn't think I was good enough. Obviously, I was not good enough, but I met a really capable coach, my goalkeeper coach. So he was an ex-Sporting player, actually played with Rafael in Sporting. They won the league together, and he played professionally after. But he drove a lot of technique into me. It was every day, twice a day, for I don't know how many months of just grinding. Not much sleep, not much rest either. A lot of work, but it was what I needed. I think ultimately maybe it was a little bit too much, especially the problems I'm having with my body now. But I worked super hard, and all I could get was just trainings with the U19 team and trainings with the international program. So it was super tough because I couldn't sign either because I missed the deadline to sign, and I had to get a visa. They wouldn't sign me unless I got a visa. But I worked really hard, and the coach of the U19 team really saw it in me. You know, even though they had 2 keepers, they decided that I had some potential, and they wanted to bring me to the team. I went back to US, got a visa, came back, and they offered me a spot on the team. It wasn't a contract for money, wasn't nothing like that, but it was just an opportunity to be on their team, come to their games, be rostered, and have a chance to play. What did I ultimately learn? But what was the driving factor for me to get signed for this academy? It was my willingness to learn. I kept an open mind. I never put any ego into it. Anytime my coach, any player would tell me something, even if I thought maybe they were wrong, I was right, I kept an open mind and I did what they wanted me to do. And that was the key. Because they know more than me. I'm not gonna sit here and be stubborn, get my ego in the way. I want to learn, I want to get better. And that ultimately got me the contract. I wasn't stubborn. And not only was I open to learn, I actually acted on the things they taught me to do. It's not just opening up your mind and saying, listening to people. It's about putting that knowledge, all those recommendations from the coaches, putting it into practice. That's a big thing. A lot of people, they don't put it into practice, they just listen, and it goes into one ear, out the other, and coaches hate that. They hate it maybe even more than you just not listening. Guys, if you guys are in an American academy, if you're anywhere in America, you're not finding success, do not be distraught. Do not think low of yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to record yourself, watch your games, and compare yourself to other teams. Do you have what it takes? You may not have the technical ability, you may not have the physical ability, whatever, the mental, but you can get there. It takes a lot of work, yes it does, but it just takes your attitude. It's not just going to training and doing what they want and hoping to get better. It's a lot of homework. You gotta work at home, you gotta work on your weak sides, you gotta be honest with yourself. If you're bad with your feet, say it. I was bad with my feet. I got a lot better because I admitted I was bad with my feet and I worked on it. You shouldn't care where you are in the US, what academy you're on, what the coaches think of you. Forget what the coaches think of you. My guys, it's a different level in Europe than it is in the US. I would say if you really are serious about playing at the highest level, playing professionally, you need to get to Europe somehow, some way. I can help you guys out. I always leave my Instagram down below. For you guys, just contact me. You guys need some agencies, you guys need help, you guys have questions, please let me know. I'm happy to help you guys. But anyways guys, thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you guys next time.